Hello and welcome to another advanced skeleton video. In this video, we will take a look at face tracking with ARKit. And what this is, it is essentially the facial motion capture that is possible using various apps that can be downloaded on iOS devices such as iPhone and iPads. There are currently a few available apps on the App Store that uses ARKit. To mention a few, there's Mocap X, FaceCap, Rococo Remote, a Live Link Face for Unreal Engine, and the one that we'll be using in this video, iFacial Mocap. But first, what is ARKit? Now, the ARKit is the name of the software development tools available for Apple for developers of iOS device applications. Now, as a 3D artist, you will probably not be directly dealing with ARKit, but rather with the apps that have used ARKit to develop their software. Now, the reason for mentioning that these various apps are using ARKit to develop their software is that they have a few things in common. And that commonality is what we will be using to connect the data from ARKit applications into driving the advanced skeleton face setup. So, ARKit provides the developers with information about the face that it is scanning. It then provides live data with values of blend shape targets. There are about 50 plus specific targets, and here is the current list of targets. And for those apps using ARKit that has the functionality to communicate the data to Maya, they will have in common that they provide a example face. And the way Advanced Skeleton connects to any of these apps is by connecting that sample face into the Advanced Skeleton face setup. Okay, so we will now go ahead and have a look at how to connect one of these ARKit applications to stream data live into Maya and connect to a Advanced Skeleton face setup. We will be using the one called iFacial Mocap. I'm finding this one to be very easy to configure, set up, and get going, and the app is reasonably priced at about $8. So from their website, we download the program, and on the iPhone, we download the app. With the program downloaded, we'll go ahead and start it up. And here's what the interface looks like. And we'll also start up the app on the iPhone. And here's a screenshot of what that's going to look like. Take note, at the top, there is a number that says this is your iPhone's IP address. And in the program on the computer, we'll just make sure that that number is entered in here as the iPhone IP address. Also, we want to open this advanced settings and make sure that the software target is not Blender Unity, but Maya. And we're gonna hit the button called script. That opens the location where the sample face setup lives, along with the script for running inside Maya. I'll grab both the files, drag and drop them into Maya. We can see that this is the example face setup that has the blend shape. Here are the 50 plus blend shape targets that will be streamed from the iPhone. And the script to connect from the program into Maya. Then we'll hit wait connection in Maya and hit connect to Maya on the program. And we are live. That is now reading my face and streaming it into Maya. As you can see, the face is pointing off to the side, whereas I'm looking straight at the computer screen. That's because I got the iPhone set up on the side over there. Now there's a handy button in the iPhone app to correct for that called look forward. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look straight at my computer screen and hit the look forward button. so that when I'm looking forward, I am actually looking straight forward. Okay, we got that live connection going. Next, I'll just show you that this app comes with 2 ways of recording, which is really handy. The first one is called Bake Animation, and that just starts recording the data that gets streamed over the Wi-Fi. Now, the other way to do it, which is going to be not real-time but more accurate, is Bake Record Animation. And that the way that works is that when you want to record, you hit the record button on your iPhone. Once you're done, you stop that recording and you hit Bake Record Animation, and it will then transfer that data, which is more accurate with a higher frame rate, from your iPhone into your Maya session. All right, so far so good. We got the iPhone connected to streaming into this face. Now we're gonna get this connected into one of the advanced skeleton sample characters. Now the way we'll do that is, first of all, we'll hit disconnect. Then I'll make a new scene. And we'll go ahead and open one of the advanced skeleton sample files, which we can do straight from the demo section here. Yeah, we'll choose Chubby. Go ahead and open that. And then we'll also bring in the example file from iFacial mocap. And I'll just go ahead and scale that down a bit and place it next to the advanced skeleton face setup. And then we'll connect this face again to the live stream. There it is. So here comes the trick for connecting this face from iFacial mocap onto advanced skeleton. And the workflow is the same for all the various apps that uses the ARKit development tools. We open the selector, and from the anim drop-down menu, we'll choose Connect ARKit. And there's a couple of things to fill in here. The first one is which is going to be the source for the head rotation node. We can find that in the outliner. It's going to be this guy called the head joint. So we'll choose that as the head rotation node and hit connect head rotation. All right, so that's the first step. The head rotation is now connected to the advanced skeleton character. Next, we're going to connect these blend shapes that has the streaming data on to various face controllers here to translate the facial expression across. And we just got to make sure we choose the blend shape here. That is the one that has the data stream, and hit connect. And there we go. We have a connection between the faces. I will just go ahead and hide Chubby's glasses here as they obstruct the face. Okay. So far so good. Now there are a few ways that comes with the software here to bake animation. Now let's do a test. For the bake, we'll use the real-time baker. So in here we'll hit bake animation, doing some facial expression, and stop the bake animation. If we now select the blend shape node here, you can see that we have keys in here. Now if we scrub the time slider, it goes to play back those keys. As soon as I let go of the scrubber, it goes back to the live streaming data. You can see that the keys here are quite sparse, and that's got to do with the baking of the stream not being able to keep up with a very high frame rate. So let's look at the other way of baking. First, we remove these keys, which I'll do in the graph editor. Select all the keys, delete. Now this time I'm gonna hit the record button that is on the iPhone. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. We are recording. Look left, look right. Here we are. And I hit stop. If I now go over in here, we can hit the button here called Bake Recorded Animation. Now I get the confirmation message popping up on the iPhone saying that it's transferring the data, and there's the baking into Maya Complete as well. Note that this baking is just the baking from the live stream onto this blend shape. The controllers on the Advanced Skeleton Face setup is not baked. This is still using its constraint setup to be reading the information of the blend shape. If you wanted these to be baked onto keyframes as well, there is another bake button here within the Connect ARKit interface at the bottom here called Bake. So let's go ahead and do that. Before the bake, we can see that these are connections on the controllers. We'll hit the Bake button, and now they've all converted into keyframes. At this point, it's all keyframes on the Advanced Skeleton Face setup controllers, and we can actually just go ahead and completely remove the streaming face at this point, and we have the baked animation on these controllers. Alright, so that's all showing the one way of connecting ARKit face setup onto Advanced Skeleton. There is, however, another way, which has certain other benefits. So if you, for example, wanted to tweak individually the translation, how each of those ARKit blend shape targets will perform on the Advanced Skeleton Face, or if you wish to be exporting your Advanced Skeleton character into another application such as Unreal and performing the ARKit face capture within the Unreal environment, then you'll need those specific ARKit blend shapes onto your Advanced Skeleton rig. This is all possible, and I'll show you now how to do that. So if your workflow is going to be to capture face performance within another application, you can use the function in here on the face section in the pre-subsection called Apple ARKit. If you turn on this checkbox prior to your face build, you will get a control box that has an additional controller, a Apple shape-like controller down here called the ARKit controller, which has the actual 50 plus shapes that ARKit streams data through. Now by default, just like any other controller in the control box, these are driving systems. So adjusting any of these values here is essentially driving the on-face controllers. If you wanted these to become blend shapes for export, you could just go in the face section in the blend shape subsection and hit convert the driving systems to blend shapes. And if we now select our character, we can see it has now a blend shape node, and amongst the targets on the bottom here are all the ARKit blend shapes. Alright, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.